Hello. Today I want to talk about the potential benefits and uses of the magical mineral gemstone, otherwise known in some languages, well, particularly English, should we say, is a tiger's eye. So I've got a beautiful little piece here, and it was given to me as a gift. And I love this little piece. It kind of reminds me a little bit like a tree. It's got that sort of, it's really interesting lines and layers to it. Anyway, so where can you find this kind of stone? Well, it can be found in many countries around the world, all over the world, should I say, and predominantly South Africa and Australia, actually, which is where I am living at the moment, in a beautiful place known as Amaru. And of course, as I've mentioned before, and there will be a vlog link in the description box, and if you are watching this on the YouTube platform, talking about uses of minerals and crystals and how you don't always necessarily actually have to obtain them to work with them. You can connect in with them through photography, painting, drawing, art, imagination, all of those kind of things as well, especially if you're wanting to be really ethical about the things that you're using. Obviously, extracting of minerals and stones has an effect on the environment, and there's also potential effects on regards to communities and all of that sort of thing as well. So again, up to you. This was given to me as a beautiful gift, and I will, I guess, adopt and be the guardian of this stone for as long as it needs to be. Now, the vibration of this stone, if you were to measure it in relation to maybe some other stones, now when I'm talking about vibration, it's literally the speed in which the particles are vibrating. If you want to get real scientific about it, that's really up to you. You can look into the probably measurements of something like this. And compared to other stones, it's round about what some would say is a medium vibration. So it sits sort of within the mid-range. Obviously, the faster that it vibrates will have a different effect in regards to how it affects the environment, humans, animals, plants, etc., compared to if it vibrates at a lower vibration. So yes, it's really up to you as to what kind of vibrational stones you like to work with. So the physiology that this stone can work well with is things like the eyes, digestion, throat. And it's funny, as I'm saying that, excuse me, little yawn, I'm feeling a little blocked in my throat. And also, some people like to use it when they are working with stuff to do with, well, stuff, when you're working with ailments to do with bones as well, so structure. Now, when we're talking about things like chakras or energy points within the body, we're simplifying it down to those sort of 7 main energy point, chakra points that some people have sort of learnt about through some elements of Hinduism. This one is often associated with solar plexus and the third eye. Solar plexus is it's very close to the digestion. It's just underneath the diaphragm of the body. Throat chakra is generally around about here. And then when it comes to cleansing this kind of crystal, it is best to avoid water. From what I'm aware, it can handle most other cleansing practices. So good thing to note with the tiger's eye. Now, a lot of people that work with stones will often associate this stone with things like courage, power, protection, health, wealth, vitality, which are all very lovely qualities. And depending on where you are in this moment of your life, you may find that you would like to embody some more of those qualities, and therefore tiger's eye might be something nice to work with to help you embody more of those things. Some people like to use it because it can really help with making decisions within one's sort of own sovereignty, its own center, instead of coming from a place of reaction of the external environment around them. Now the colors of this are often, as you can see, this one is a beautiful shades of brown. They can also come in black, blue, red and green. However, those shades are much more rare. And also sometimes you can find bits of quartz within tiger's eye as well, which is really beautiful. Not something that I've seen, but I have read about it. So yeah, let me know if you have a piece of tiger's eye with a bit of quartz in it. I'd love to see a picture of that. Again, coming back to, sort of the internal work with the stone. A lot of people like to meditate with it to help with manifestations or intentions or affirmations or mantras or whatever word magic you'd like or imagination that you like to work with as well. I guess probably because when I think about how it's good to work with the bones, that's like the structure. So what I'm feeling as to why people like to work with tiger's eye is that obviously with your like meditations and manifestations, affirmations and all these sort of things, obviously they could be coming from the heart or the mind or whatever sort of energy you're working with, and it's all sort of a little bit etheric, right? But with the tiger's eye and how it can be good with things like bones, I think about structure and how obviously that can help bring that into the physical manifestation, the physical presence, the physical reality of what it is to be human today. So that is my feeling as to why people potentially like to use it in that way. Also, some people like to use it when they are in the practice of astral projection. It's not something that I practice myself, and it is something that I like to remind people to err on the side of caution with as well. And also lucid dreaming. Now, lucid dreaming is something that I enjoy doing. It's not something I necessarily go to bed with the intention of experiencing, although it does happen in different periods of my life, and I quite enjoy it. Lucid dreaming for me is quite enjoyable usually, even if the dreaming is quite challenging. So yes, you may want to put this under your pillow, put this near your bed, all of that sort of thing, or near your meditation space. Now the symbolism with this, it's no sort of it's not like quantum entanglement physics. I don't know, I'm just trying to think of something complicated. It's not rocket science, although for some people that sort of stuff is just not that difficult either. So the symbolism of the stone is often the tiger's eye, the tiger, usually probably because of the colors and obviously the elements of like courage and power in a lot of cultures, but not all. When they're working with the totem of the tiger, those are also the elements that they like to use, or they like to associate it with, should I say. Again, it's used in cultures like especially ancient India, particular countries, nations, should I say, in Africa, particular European countries, through actually quite a few countries throughout the Americas as well, and again also in Amaru, as many of you would know as Australia as well. From what I'm aware, particular nations here, I've said this in other vlogs and I'll say this again, and I'll probably continue to keep saying this as well, not all, but from what I'm aware, some of the nations here actually don't usually like to touch minerals. They don't usually like to remove them out of the ground. They don't feel that is part, or should I say they don't, it's in their law, L-O-R-E, should I say, that a lot of minerals remain within their place that they are to be. I can't speak for all nations. I can only say that that is what I'm aware from some of the elders and some of the mob that I have spoken with. So when they worked with minerals, they may not necessarily have physical contact with them, but they would probably incorporate them within their dream time stories, song lines, and many other aspects of their life as well. And also, because we're going sort of back to the ancient peoples, I'd just like to touch on, it's also one of the most prized gems as well in the Nile River, in particular time frames of ancient Egypt. So yes, if you want to know some more about Tiger's Eye, you're welcome to leave any comments. If there's anything you want to add as well, you're more than welcome to. And I will see you in the next vlog.